Thank you, Andy. Oh, there goes my notes. That's the Errol Ballard effect. There you go. First of all, I'd like to say I'm truly honored and humbled to be here in front of all of you today. Obviously, have a statue. Growing up in a small town, I never believed this would happen. And a month ago, when Brendan Shanahan told me what they were going to do to honor me, I had the fortune of going to Chicago and meeting the artist, Eric Bloom. And that was a wonderful trip for Luba and I. He's a very, obviously, artistic, talented person, but more importantly, he's a humble, hardworking guy. And Eric is here today, and I just saw the waxing of the museum, or the sculpture, but I look forward to seeing the thing. But believe it or not, I got to watch him pour Ted Kennedy's head, so that was kind of cool too. But I had the opportunity to meet Teeter Kennedy as an ex-captain of the Maple Leafs. We did a Leafs captain print a few years ago, and I remember a number of Hall of Fame functions. But Teeter Kennedy was always a gentleman. He was truly had a lot of pride and a believer in the Maple Leafs. And when he was out in the community, he certainly did it with a lot of pride. 1970, I was drafted by the London Knights here in Toronto. Jim Gregory, who I'm honored to have here today, he drafted me in the 70s and came to Toronto, a shy, quiet kid, nervous, excited at the same time. And I'll always remember the moment when Jim took me down to the Leaf dressing room. Actually, it's about 44 years ago this September. Pointed to the dressing room, he said, "You'll be sitting over there." And I looked and there was a number 27. And I just was truly honored because I knew the history and what Frank Mahovlich meant to the organization in 27. But I wanted to carry and wear that number with a lot of pride. But Jim was very supportive through those early days. I broke my wrist my first year and was frustrated at times, but he was very supportive. And I can honestly say it's nice to have him today. He's been a friend and a friend of our family for many years. But thank you, Jim, for giving me that opportunity. The other thing I was very fortunate to have, I played with guys who had won the Stanley Cup in the 60s. So George Armstrong, he was there, Ronnie Ellis, Bobby Bond, Eddie Shack, a number of guys. So I learned at a young age the importance of the tradition and the history and those players that were there before me and what the Maple Leaf tradition meant and what it meant to be a team player and to win. And I certainly tried to learn as much as I could from them. In the 70s, Jim drafted some great young players. My good friend Lanny McDonald, who I had so much success for. Tiger Williams, who's here today, another great teammate. But Boreas Salming, Mike Palmetier. We had a good team in the 70s and a colorful bunch of guys. But we had a team with a lot of character. And to this day, many of us are close. And to me, that's the measurement of the quality of the people you put together and what you do after your careers are over and what you mean to each other. I appreciate the coaches I played for over the years, a number of them. One of the things that I'd really, truly like to acknowledge, everybody hears a little bit of the controversy about Errol Ballard, but he was good to me. I'll remember two things that happened. When I scored the 10-point game, he invited my family and I to center ice. He gave us a beautiful Sterling tea service that I have with a lot of pride from representing the 10-point game. But the 76 Canada Cup game, when I scored the overtime goal, Errol Ballard had the people, the operators, phone staff at Maple Leaf Gardens answer the phone in the home of Darryl Sittler, and that was pretty special for me, for him to do that for me, and I'll always remember that. I always like to acknowledge Steve Stavro. He was the owner of the team. Cliff Fletcher, who's here today, he came in '91, and Cliff welcomed me back to the organization, gave me an opportunity to participate and get involved, and I truly appreciate that in doing that, Cliff. And then Larry Tannenbaum and the new ownership took over, and I'm really proud to say that I'm a part of the organization. I try to represent the community, try to be an example to the players who are here today, and along with the other alumni, try to make it a better place to be and to help out other people. My mom and dad, growing up in a small town, there were 8 kids, and obviously they were very busy raising all of us, but they taught myself and my brothers and sisters the importance of hard work and giving back to the community. And obviously I wish they were here today, but they're not, but my brothers and sisters and my nephews and nieces are. My wife, Wendy, who passed away married 30 years to her. She was a very strong influence in my life and my career. Met her in junior hockey, very supportive. Raised 3 great kids, and I can honestly say it's her influence that have planted the stability that our family has here today. My son Ryan, unfortunately my grandson aren't here today, but my daughter Ashley and my just new recently son-in-law Mike are here. My daughter Megan and her wife Amy, and my little grandson, he's right in the front row being a good little guy. And listen to this name, his name's Sawyer Apps Sittler. So there's a ring to that tune. So Sawyer Apps Sittler is here in the front row today with us. So it's good to see you guys. I obviously like to acknowledge my wife Luba. We've been married 10 years just this past August. I don't know where the time goes, but welcome here. She's here with my daughter Fallon and her brother and a couple other nephews, so it's good to have everybody here also. I also welcome the current players that are here, the alumni who I mentioned earlier that are here to show up to participate in this weekend of FanFest. In closing, I'd like to thank the Mike Ferriman and the Historical Committee for what they've come up with, this idea of these statues that are going to be here for a long, long time. And I appreciate all the detail and the work that goes into it behind the scenes to make something like this happen. It's been in the works, I guess, for probably a while, but to be here and to share this with you and my family is something very special. I'd also like to thank Tim Lewicki, our CEO of MLSE, and obviously Brendan Shanahan, who's the new president of the Maple Leafs, and obviously wish him well in making this organization truly a winning organization. In closing, I'd like to thank all my fans. Many of my friends are here and supporters over the 44 years that I've been a Leaf, and I really appreciate it. To me, the Leaf organization, Leaf Nation, is the strongest organization in the National Hockey League. I'm proud to be a part of it and proud to be on Legends Row. So thank you very much and enjoy. Thank you.